Hi, so he said I'm Giselle. I'm his daughter. I'm 15 years old. I go to Knoxville Catholic High School. My dad's been doing this for forever. And my mom's also a doctor, so I just grew up in this kind of setting. So when he's talking about what he's really interested in, I kind of just, listen in. And honestly, I get a little bit interested too. So I like doing this. I like taking part of his time so I can talk as well. I'm going to talk to you about why we should not give up because I know with Parkinson's disease, it can get sometimes really hard and you kind of like start to lose motivation and you don't do the things that you used to do or you used to be able or like to do. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about why is it important to have a diagnosis. So first, apathy. So the lack of motivation, the lack of interest of things that you used to like to do and like used to be able to get up and like do happily, in medical terms, that's called apathy. So with Parkinson's disease, you're already predisposed to this because of the chemical reasoning in your brain. So apathy is very common, and the lack of motivation is also like it's common. Make sure your doctor rules out depression because if you have an underlying depression with your Parkinson's disease and you don't treat it, nothing's going to get better. And people with Parkinson's disease have showed that they respond very well to medications. So depression is honestly very treatable. And once you treat that depression, treating the apathy and the lack of motivation is going to be 10 times easier. Make sure you're sleeping well. My grandma comes to my house and she stays over for a big part of the year. And when I tell you she snores, it's pretty bad. She sleeps in the basement.
Believe me.
And
That's my
so
mother-in-law, by the way.
my parents took her to a sleep study and she actually has severe sleep apnea and
Very bad.
very bad. So after now she sleeps with the CPAP machine. I couldn't tell you what that does, but all I can do is thank gosh that it helps. um, so obviously she didn't sleep very well before having the CPAP. So you want to make sure that you sleep well because even me, who's just a healthy teenager, if I don't sleep well, trust me, my friend could tell you I'm not it's a grumpy morning and I don't want to do things. And just anyone, if you don't sleep well, you don't want to get up and do things. Like so you have to make sure you're sleeping well, make sure you don't have any sleep problems like sleep apnea. Treat those, that way you make sure you're getting a good night's sleep and you can wake up, feel great and have the things that you need. Make sure your doctor checks for metabolic processes and like other things that you might have like a thyroid hormone problems or anemia, because if you have something else that's not noticed, that may be what's causing your tiredness, your lack of motivation, that might be adding to your apathy. So you want to make sure that you are have everything. Like you want to make sure that you cover all the stuff that you might have and treat them. 4, changing your habits. This is probably the hardest because once you lose that motivation, it's really hard to get that back. But sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith and make a schedule and tell yourself, you're going to do this. And even if you don't feel like doing it or you don't want to do it, you have to do it. And you're going to start building that habit. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. Sometimes you get up in the morning and you don't want to brush your teeth, but you know you have to, and you've been doing it since forever. So it builds a habit, and it's easier to get that motivation back when it's something that you do on a schedule.